The fifth child tax credit payment hits bank accounts next week on the 15th. We know that you have questions. We are here to help. Joining us to answer your questions, Scott Braddock from Scott Braddock Financial, Ryan Dodson from Liberty Tax Services. Here's what you need to do if you have a question. You text us that question. The number is 336-379-5775. And so remember, this is not a call. This is a text only. All right, let's first and foremost start with the elephant in the room. Why didn't I get my child tax credit payments as of yet? Ryan, lots of people are asking.
Well, if you haven't received your child tax credit yet, I would suggest by all means checking on the portal. And so a lot of things could happen that's to cause you to not receive your credit, such as you may have changed your address and you didn't notify the IRS, hey, look, I moved it. Or your bank account may have changed and you closed the bank account that you had on record when you filed your 2020 tax returns. That could cause you not to receive your payment. Best way to handle that, you can get all that updated by logging into the IRS, going to the child tax credit update portal.
All right, let's show people how to track their payment, because there is an actual spot on the IRS where it says track my payment, and so that kind of helps people figure out what's going on with that. And you do actually have to create an ID. There's the child tax credit update portal. You're going to use that portal to track your payments. They're going to take you through a couple of things. You need to update your ID, put in your driver's license or an ID that has a photo, and then you can create an account, and that's going to tell you what the IRS knows about you so far. Here's what we do know. Right, Scott? There's going to be another payment, and it's coming next week.
That's right. We've got another payment coming our way, and just have to remember, if you'd like to opt out of that payment, it's not too late to do that. You still have time to opt out of the payment. What I've heard a lot about is where one spouse has opted out of receiving that payment, but the other one failed to, and they still, of course, received a half payment. So just want to put that out there as a cautionary measure.
Yeah, that's right. So one parent, if you're doing married filing jointly, cannot be the only one who opts out. Otherwise, you're going to get a half a payment. So both of the parents have to go on there to opt out. We already have a question, and this one I believe is for you, Ryan. This says, does the child tax credit take money from your tax return?
So this is an advanced child tax credit. So what the government is doing is that they are advancing you half of your expected child tax credit for when you file your 2021 tax return. So you have the option of taking the half now and getting it over 6 payments, or you can opt out of receiving those payments and receive the entire child tax credit when you file your tax return in 2022.
Right. So a lot of people were saying, okay, this is not free money, right, Scott? This is something that you were going to get anyway on your tax return, but they're just kind of halving it.
Well, that's right. I mean, I understand where some folks would refer to that as free money, just simply because it is a credit. There's always been a child tax credit. This one is enhanced. And so this is, a way to receive that ahead of time. Typically, we don't receive that until we file our taxes. So that was, to a lot of Americans, probably many Americans here are really appreciating this tax credit coming in advance. But of course, when we file our taxes, we'll receive the other half at that time.
All right, so this is a question. I don't know that we know this. Ryan, maybe this person said, I just had a baby last month. Do I need a Social Security number for him to get the money? I haven't received a Social Security number yet.
Yes, the IRS does require now that for any payments, any credits, anything like that to occur, for them to pay anything out, there has to be a Social Security number on file with the Social Security Administration, because the IRS and the Social Security Administration, they double check just to make sure that those are valid numbers. So yes, they need to get a Social Security number first.
Okay, but you still have time, because there's still the December 15th payment. And from what I know, guys, and maybe you'll have seen something different, but from what I know, the portal that allows you to tell them that you had a child this year, that hasn't been updated yet.
Yeah, that's what, this is greatly anticipated. We've been waiting for this, and it just hasn't happened yet. But hopefully fingers crossed that'll happen to take place either later this month or the first of next month.
Yeah, I mean, they said that it was going to happen like by the late summer, but it's not there yet.
Right.
But if it does happen before that December 15th payment, there is a chance that you could put the information in there and then you could get all of the payments for December 15th, at least that's 6 months worth. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. You can still text us your questions. We'll be back with one more segment.